Good afternoon, everyone. Darren Adair with American Hospitality Consulting. Welcome to the next edition of Great Minds Minis. I'm very happy to have with me today Jim Taylor. Jim is the founder of Taylor Co. and the creator of Benchmark 60, a program that is helping a lot of restaurants across Canada and the US survive and find ways to have better operations and be successful. So Jim, thank you very much for joining us today. I appreciate you being here.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, you bet. So how did you get started in the hospitality industry?
I got started in hospitality kind of by accident, like a lot of other people do. I was looking for a job when I was in sort of the first beginning part of university and just needed a couple of days a week kind of thing, and felt like I could probably make some money. So I got a job serving. That's how it all started.
And you got bitten by the bug at that point and you just couldn't get away?
Absolutely. Took some time off school and thought I should get some responsibility and decided to take on a management position and sort of never looked back. And I was with the same company for just over 20 years, actually, because I just fell in love with it and kept doing the same thing, similar to kind of a lot of what you did too. So.
Right. Oh, that's amazing. Yeah. It's some of us get bitten by that bug and it just becomes part of our DNA. So that's great.
Yeah.
Benchmark 60, you created this program. Tell me, why did you come up with this, and tell me a little bit more about it?
Yeah, sure. So it actually was born before I started my own business. The concept was created around trying to battle the wage increases that were going on in Canada, Western Canada for sure, to start with, 6-7 years ago. I was part of a team of analysts that basically was assigned to recreate the restaurant profit model in order to negate the wage increases without changing prices or the service model. So it took us down this path of creating a productivity metric that would allow for that. And, it was actually so successful that it's turned into my own business now. And I mean, that's basically what we spend most of our time working with clients on. That's where Benchmark 60 came from.
Very cool. So what types of results are you seeing for your clients? How successful has Benchmark 60 been for them?
It's been pretty dramatic, actually. It originally was designed to be sort of an addition to what we could offer clients, and it's turned into the number one thing that is based around any discussion we have with what's going on with wages going up, just trying to hire people, what's happening with inflation. Restaurateurs need other ways to try to save money. And so, I mean, the most extreme example I think that we've seen is we actually had a restaurant, they improved their overall profitability by 30% in the first 30 days they were using the platform.
Wow.
Which was pretty dramatic, right? And, they had lots of opportunity, but still it was a real number. And most of them are somewhere between 10 and 15% improvement in labor costs almost overnight.
That's amazing.
Because it's just a different way to look at things, and it's data driven, and it's I always say that labor costs, for example, is a result. It's not a strategy. So you put a strategy in, you can see some pretty good results pretty quickly.
No, I like that. I mean, those are amazing results. And does that, because I've seen some of the stuff you post on LinkedIn, and I've watched some of the stuff you do, and it's all amazing. Do you find that when you're talking to potential clients and you're letting them know some of these results are kind of like, that's impossible? Right? How do you address that? And I mean, we're known as being skeptics in this industry, and a lot of pride. So, it must, the wow factor when these guys see what you can do for them must be just huge.
Yeah, it's always interesting. And like I said, there is some skepticism that happens right away. But typically what ends up happening is after a bit of discussion with a restaurateur, we usually try to just show them a model of an existing client or another restaurant that we've gone through. And when you start to put, the interesting thing is we don't teach operators anything that they don't already know about their operation. We just teach them how to use data and information in a way that is different than what they're used to. And like I said, once you have something you can leverage, you can get some pretty amazing results. So we just usually show a model and say, here's exactly what a similar restaurant like yours is doing. And, once we do that, there's usually a little bit more comfort.
Right. Do you find that there's a lot of the people you're working with who think they know their numbers, but really have no idea? I know I've come across that with some of the groups that I'm working with.
Yeah. I mean, you hear everything from there's money in the bank, so I think we're doing okay, all the way through to, I think I have a really good idea, all the way through to, I'm not really sure. I mean, there's a really wide range, but there's definitely lots that, I've had lots of people tell me, I'm a numbers person. And they might know some of it for sure,
Right.
but there's definitely opportunity. And that's where I think there's the biggest opportunity for innovation in our industry right now.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
No, that's great. And more people understanding that they don't need to do this on their own. There's people like you out there who can help them, fresh set of eyes, see things that they're maybe not seeing, and become more successful and take some of the stress away from what we've been going through the last 18 months. That's amazing.
Yeah, for sure.
So if people want to get a hold of you and learn more about Benchmark 60, what should they do?
The easiest way to get a hold of me is either by email, info at benchmark60.com, or I'm pretty active on LinkedIn, as you said, so there's always an opportunity to do that there. But it's interesting that this is kind of where this Benchmark 60 thing has gone, because I tell people all the time that it was literally the biggest learning opportunity and change for me in my entire operations career. It changed the way that I looked at the restaurant profit model entirely. So I'm just hoping to do that now for more other people.
Nice. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, Jim, listen, I appreciate you taking the time today. I know you're a busy guy. Thank you very much.
My pleasure.
So guys, like you said, Benchmark 60, if you want to learn more, reach out to Jim on LinkedIn or through the site, and I'd be more than happy to help you out. Jim, you have yourself a great day. We'll talk to you soon.
Cheers. Thanks.
Take care.